field and so are Castleford, but Warrington are distinctive because they've all got clean strip apart from Andy Gregg, who's decided to keep the same dirty shorts. But otherwise they've all got clean jerseys and clean shorts, and Castleford kicks deep and it's taken well. And talking at half time to various supporters here in the stand, they're not at all happy with Mr. Lindop's performance yet again. And we're just discussing how long is it since Warrington won a match when Mr. Lindop refereed down here, and that looks like a very good kick indeed. It looks like a super kick. Right on the Warrington 25. Sorry, the Warrington 10-yard line. 10-yard line. Correction. Trouble is, when you commentate in here, you make mistakes. Like what they can for Mr. French and Mr. Macklin. They make a mistake, they just edit it out. And it's Warrington's head and ball, 10 yards deep, and back to Steve Hasley. Steve looking not quite fit yet, but only practice will bring him into full fitness. And back to the Steve of old we know, and that's Glenn Shaw playing like a young man. Well, a good break, appreciated. Andy Gregory. I just noticed that Mark Knight is on as a sub. Mark Knight, number 15, is on. And it's kicked deep. It's Rookley. I'm just looking who's missing from the Warrington pack. I think it's my... No, it's not Tony. I'm just looking around to see who's missing. Yes, it's Tony Worrell that's missing. I thought it's a run around, a nice straight. Kelly, a lovely pass to Carver. Carver's going inside, he goes outside, and it's a superb try. That was a great try from Brian Carver in any circumstance. That was superb football from the wide halfback, and it leads to a super try by Brian Carver. How he takes the men on the outside, shimmies to go inside, and then takes them outside again, the sign of a class wingman. Brian Carver. Fine try that. Carver to attempt to kick the goal from his own try. The Castleford players in the bunch discussing what went wrong there. Albert lining at the ball. Kicks. And it's going wide on the left hand upright. But there's appreciation around for Carvet. When I was looking for who was missing on the Warrington team, I noticed Mark Knight had come on. I was looking and I saw that number 8 was on, but then realised that Tony Waddle today was playing number 10, was being short. Number 8. So Magnum has gone out to sort another case, I hope. Hopefully he's not injured. And it's kicked. Brian Carver gathers, juggling the ball. Quite rough on Carver, that tackle, but he plays it, he's okay. And Clinton's been a great game. Back after a hamstring injury, ball thrown back to full-back. David Rookley gets it. It's tackled well by Kenneth Kelly. In the Cass half. That's Chris Chapman. Stuart Hall Horton, the hooker, not Stuart Hall, the newsreader. Stuart Horton. And there's a numberless player throwing out a pass, but he's not got a number on his back because the pass was numberless, the player was numberless and the pass was useless. Castleford stood in their muddied jerseys, 1 or 2 have changed, but that's all. It's the stand-up that's numberless, the try scorer Sigsworth. It's Warrington's ball, Kelly, work around with Unane to Castleford. Coming half, Andy Gregory, to Mike Gregory. Coming right, on the halfway line. Kelly shouting instructions, he's the captain, he's allowed to shout. He passes that ball to Mark Knight, the number 15. He gets roughly handled. Kelly again, Gregory again, Kelly again. It's knocked down, it's Cassie's ball. No, it's a penalty kick. Andy Gregory talking yet again. And a penalty to Castleford. Will John Fear kick a goal? Or will Fear missing it? No, he's going for touch. And he finds touch to Mr. Fear. Hugh James, number 8, almost on the wire 25, in front of the sticks, comes left. Johnson. Handed him. Nigel Wilson. He likes playing hard. That's Stuart Horton. The score standing at 10 points apiece. As I say, so often we see scores equal in rugby league these days, not just at one school. During the course of the Nazis, I've seen recently on television, the score stays at a draw at certain times. It was a draw at Widnes. Or Widnes and Wide, a draw on Wednesday. I'm sure it won't stay a draw. It's unusual overhead kick. And it's a scrum down. On the 25-yard line, the ball being fed yet again from the Fiesta Leisure Centre. And Gregory penalised again for illegal feeding. Talking to Gregory is still in not the hand signals a differential penalty, and John Fear kicks the ball out of the ground. Hope it didn't land on that new car that's up for the Lifeline lottery. It's out of the horizon, but this time it's Nigel Wilson, the long main. Andy Timpson. That's a nice pass. That's the two props working well. Johnson with a nice pass to Neil James, and it's 3 or 4 yards to the Warrington line. The prop again's going to look and move round. The Warrington defence hold there, literally inches from the wire line. Hold out wire, it's 10 all. The ball comes left, and it's a chip from the scrum half, and it's headed there. It's headed something again. He should be playing in the top position right now. Yeah, very rarely see a ball headed there. Castleford to drop, low, and bouncing. David plunges in. It's a plunge plunge. So the plunge. That looked like a knock on, but the referee didn't see it. I did. So did most of the spectators on this side of the ground. Sigsworth. Wilson. Wilson's hurt. Harry Johnson. Horton. Darren Cohen. solo. Looks for the gap. Well tackled. Timpson, whose boots are made. That's another heavy, hard tackle from Nigel Wilson. This time. And the referee brings him back with another offence on Andy Gregory. And this should be a sending off offence because it's his second warning for punching. But I'll bet you he stays on. Mr. Lindop wants to lift back on the coach. Roberts got booked for the first offence. But the grizzly Mr. Wilson is warned twice for offences and stays on. And it flies the ball. 10 all. 1 goal each, 2 tries each. 10 points all. Work around with Kelly. Roberts not having his usual cracker of a game today, knocked on 3 times. He'd probably come good with a super try. Also had a booking, not seen him but before. Ian Oram to feed once again from the leisure centre side of the ground. Please note this, directors and Mr. Bowden. Every scrum is fed through the leisure centre side of the ground. That's the fullback, Rookley. Coming left. John Joy with a lovely pass there to Timpson. Timpson to Rookley. And the referee stopped the play. There's a man minute on the ball. Flinshaw hits the number 11, Timpson, off the ball. And he's going into the book. You get your name taken if you're in wire colours. You just get a talking to if you're in cast colours. It's called Lindop's rule. The law of relativity. If you're a Yorkie, you get a warning. If you're from this side of the Pennines, you get booked. So another offence from Glyn, or another offence from Mark Roberts, and we may see a sending off. Hope not. And this penalty is directly in front of the wire posts, and it's easily kickable. Gordon Pinkley, the Warrington physio's called on. He quite rightly runs behind the goal kicker. The early commentary I did, I called Gordon Pinkley, and he put his name down on the paper and said, my name's Pinkley, so I knocked hell out of it. He's Gordon Pinkley, of course. From witness now, the Warrington physio. This is Rookley to kick, and he kicks the right hand upright as he faces it. And Glenshaw's a treatment from Gordon Pinckney, and he's okay again. Steve Hasford to take the drop. 2 balls on the pitch. The referee Lindop wants one knocking off, so for some reason it's swapped, and Gregory kicks it off. Field and Castleford kicks deep. And it's Sigsworth, the first try scorer, tackled by Mark Roberts. Horton to Barry Johnson. Good prop is Johnson. Ian Oram, Johnson. Brian Calvert brought over to take the kick. And he's letting these Castleford forwards off with many, many fouls. And it's Ken Kelly in the Warrington half, working the move with Gregory, who brings in Glennshaw. Glyn into the play. Glyn would love to score a try, he really would. So would every Warrington player, but Glyn loves the try scoring. Here's Bobackle's time, he scored one. And it's not on. And the ball's fumbled over the Castleford line. And and the referee rules a knock-on and kick from the 25-yard line because the ball is pushed forward over the line. The crowd getting quite irate because they didn't think the ball was over the line, and neither did I. But it's a tap from the 25, it's Castleford's advantage yet again. This man is definitely not a homer, but I'll bet you one thing, that in the last 20 minutes of the game, of which there's about 25 minutes left, in the last quarter of an hour or 20 minutes, he'll suddenly start giving Warrington penalties and try and make himself look a homer so he can get a nice cup of tea in the boardroom. After being against us all the game, the score still stands at 10-all. This is the break from Warrington. And still in Castleford's possession, John Joyner with it. And there's a Warrington player lying injured. That's Barry Johnson, the number 10. Castleford going right. Turning back inside, looking at space, trying to straighten up. On the Warrington 25. Horton, Johnson. Kick. Takes it. Plays it to Andy Gregg. Andy Gregg a short pass to Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles trying to find space. Moves it to Ken Kelly to Mike Gregg. Mike Gregg, who didn't see the support on his right. Still standing. And the catch players go to assist a colleague in the tackle, but still don't bring him down. But now it's Andy Gregg taking a run. Having a good game today, Andy Gregg. Ken Kelly to Ken Kelly left to Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory holding on to this ball a little bit, I think. Hate to be critical to good lads, but I think he's holding on a bit too long. And that's a little grubber from Steve Haslett, who puts a kick in soccer style that's fumbled by Mark Costa. And the referee says knock on. And the scrum down. And where will the ball be fed from? I'll lay 100 to 1 on. It will be fed from the Leicester centre side, so we can't see what's going on. Every scrum. They're supposed to feed the scrums, I believe, from alternate sides, but no. Every ball is put in. It's Castleford's ball. They're on the attack. Good tackle from Castleford and Kelly. And it's plunged. John Joyner sees him opening, but he's well covered. 3 Warrington forwards in the tackle. 10 points each. Warrington need 2 points from this encounter. Oh, there he is, Mr. Wilson. And he plays it to himself. He loves the rough stuff. And it's the 6th tackle coming up. I think we'll see a bomb. Yes, we do. It's a hell of a ball. Darren Cohen. Esford's got it. Takes it like his brother Ian, the Fulham goalkeeper. And it's kicked into play. Esford pushes the man down, but he didn't crack him. He helps him up with a very sporting helping hand. And Warrington in possession. Gregory to Mark Roberts. Kelly, dummy half. Gregory looking for the rates. Kelly. Castleford forwards tackling well, considering so many rearrangements and changes in their lineup. It's Castleford with the ball. 6th tackle coming up. Kelly with it. Said it, Kelly didn't play it. Well, Kelly's only been playing the game for 35 years. I'm sure he wouldn't make a mistake like that. Would you believe our dear friend, Mr. Nigel Wilson, comes off, he's certainly done some foraging, and he gets a very, very sporting hand as he's replaced by the number 15, heavy shoulder padded, Martin Kettridge. This kick is another one that could put Castleford into the lead. So the 2 number 15s are on. And I don't this should have been a penalty kick, because every player plays the ball incorrectly. The ball is supposed to be lifted to knee height and played in front of one's knees, but no, every player throws the ball between the legs and touches it with the foot, so virtually every play is illegal. But will this be a goal? Wide of that right and that right again. And Mr. Lindop has certainly given Castleford ample opportunity to win this game, disallowing Mark Foster's try and giving Castleford so many kickable penalties. I hope he turns home and out and gives the wire a few, as most refs do when they've been against the home team for so long. I reckon the first time that we're getting the Capitals half from now, we'll get a penalty kick. And there's fighting going on there. And you're silly if you sling at Glynshaw, because you only swing at Glynshaw if you like hospital food. And the penalty goes to Castleford. Would you believe this? And touch is found very well indeed by John Fear. And it's the Kettridge, the sub for Cass on the rampage. Orton, good pass there. Johnson, James. Castleford definitely won't winning money. They're not saving themselves, that's for certain. Kettridge, he's fresh. Apart from his dreadful goal kicking. And that looks like wide ball. Steve Hesford on it, goalkeeper start again. Miles talking against the Stando. Sigsworth. And it's Ryan Carlett to kick to our commentary position, and it drops just below. Front row of the main stand, the north stand. And players been combined in the Warrington half for so long now. And the offside, number 15, but Linshaw's got it. And he tries to make a break. And it's Mark Roberts with it. He's brought down. Into the Castleford half.
3 on the mark, ref.
And it's Kelly. Ball played by Knight. Bob Eccles trying to barge through. Loses the ball. Gives it to Moylan. Moylan gathers the loose ball. And this is the last tackle, 6th tackle coming up, and we see the ball from Kelly. No, we see a pass. Bob Eccles gets his ankle tap, throws the ball back to Eccles. Eccles a one-handed pass, and it's gathered by Hesford. Hesford puts up the kick. Whose ball is it? It's Wire's ball. Hesford, she's good at this. In, and the referee holds his hands up for some unknown reason and gives the ball. Makes it a changeover. That's what it did, but it definitely touched a Castleford player. I don't believe these things. Let's face it, you can't give every referee a brain transplant. tap for wire. About 14 minutes left. Let's get into the Castleford half. Glinshaw's had a good game. Keep saying it. Got to. Moylan.
Offside.
Suddenly starting to become, as I said, a homer for the last 15 minutes. That's Calvert kicking. Oh boy, very quickly onto it. Calvert retrieves the ball, Kelly taps to Gregory, a run around, who's coming through? It's Mark Knight and he's gaining ground almost on the Castleford 25. This is where Mr. Lindup will, we hope, give us a penalty, and there's a workaround with Bob Eccles. Bob Eccles straightening up, pushing up. Has he held the ball? Hope so. Yes, he has. He's playing it to Ian Duane. Ian Duane goes left. No, he goes back to Esford. Esford trying to make ground. I think he was hoping that Steve would take a drop then. Ken Kelly's not for drops. He's going for the line. He's 10 yards out. Under the sticks. This is the chance. Now the wire. The old cry. It's Eccles. Slips the ball to Moylan. Moylan's coming right. Moylan right, but doesn't get the ball out. He should have done. This is the last tackle. We must see a drop here. Throws it back to Esford. Esford tries to drop. And he misses. There was an incident. Esford was tackled off the ball. If after Esford had dropped the ball, he'd been hit off the ball, what would have been the referee's decision? Well, I'll tell you, officially, would you believe, whether the ball was hitting the corner flag or short or wide or whatever, the decision, if Esford had been hit off the ball after dropping the kick in the ball, it would have been a penalty kick under the sticks, and not many people know that, not even Michael Caine, but Castleford is still in possession, and that's a long, low, bad pass taken well by David Plange, who plunges and plunges the ball into touch to nobody. And yet again a scrum, and guess where it's being fed from? The leisure centre side of the ground. Warrington's heading ball, but the referee says re-scrum. He's not happy. He's not happy with the scrum, and we're not happy with him. Gregory to feed it. Not happy. We're going for another scrum. It's Warrington's ball. Gregory to Kelly. Kelly to Esford. Kelly running well. Just his ankle tap. He's up again. Deere is in the tackle. Ian Duane to Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory can't get the ball away that time. Ken Kelly, dummy half. He's got Gregory on his left. I'm sure it'll go that way to Gregory. Gregory jinking, and it's a knock on this time from Mark Knight. It's Barry Johnson. Hard-working prop. Horton the hooker. To Kettridge. Number 15. Horton the dummy half. Joyner. And the ball well into the Warrington half, but it's the sixth tackle coming up. What will we see from Cass? We'll see an up and under. It's a Skyer. Calvert's under it. Calvert takes it well. It's a good tackle, but very, very cleverly, Calvert stays inside the field of play. Still wanted the ball. Calvert in a fight there on the touchline, and the linesman's in, and the forwards are going in. Horton's going in. Mike Gregory's pulling the Castleford man out, and Calvert got some rough treatment there. What will this be? Who's he pulling out this time? There was no need at all for it. It was a clean tackle, and then suddenly it's erupted. And it's a penalty to Warrington, and will this be kicked? And it's Ian Oram who's been in the game long enough to know sense, and he could have thrown the game away with sheer stupidity if only Carvett can kick the goal from this distance. Andy Gregory's having a discussion with Carvett. Who should kick it? Should they bring Hesketh off? Should they leave it to Carvett? The referee's having words with Carvett. Retaliating. Kelly's asking for instructions off the bench. Should he give it to Carvett? Should he give it to? No, it's going for touch. After all that discussion, I would have chanced a goal kick myself. And it's Gregory to Kelly with a workaround with the ever-foraging Grimshaw throwing it back, but it's gathered by Ian Duane. 25-yard line, almost under the sticks, and he plays the ball. It's to Gregory. Mark Roberts running, but doesn't find the gap. About 8 minutes left. Gregory brings it right to Kelly. Kelly tackled by Horton, the hooker. This is the Warrington hooker boy who does nothing at all with it. Waste of the ball. This must be a drop kick for Steve. Oh, it's to Bob. Bob's going left. Bob's looking for a break. Oh, he's just brought down, and he gets the ball to Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory gets the ball, and the referee rules a forward pass. Well, well, well. And there's another substitution for Castleford. Darren Cohen is coming off. Going to bar mitzvah, Darren Cohen, replaced by Barry Higgins. And it's Ian Orham's ball for Cass, under the Cass sticks. Gregory directing left. Ball being brought left by Castleford, not to Warrington's left. 6 or 7 minutes left. And the tackling's hard.
Limited is Warrington's number 8, Grimshaw.
Grimshaw chosen by RTZ Metals, the match sponsors, as man of the match, and I couldn't agree more. Well done, Glyn. Castleford to take, no problem. Come on, Steve, as they used to say to the legendary Steve Donohoe. The youngsters won't remember seeing one of the greatest sportsmen ever produced by this town of Warrington. Steve Donohoe, he rode on the flat. Great jockey indeed. But it's jockeying for position at the moment, and it's Andy Gregory. A super pass to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts is flying through. Mark Roberts has he got back up? Yes, he gets it to Mark Foster, but Mark Foster juggles and he's into touch. Well, this is the time that Warrington need that vital score. It's a scrum down and a lay any odds, whether it's Steve Donohoe or Lester Piggott riding, or a Woos feeding, that the ball will be put in on the leisure centre side of the ground. I just don't believe this. Every scrum has been put in. It's Castleford's heaven ball. The referee says again, re-scrum. Ian Orham feeds. It's out to Warrington. It's Kelly with it. Kelly looking for that break, looking for that opening. He gives it to Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory's got it. This is the try. And that's the winner. And all I can say is, try disallowing that Fred Lindop. And I hope that Tian runs out before you get him to the boardroom, as he did on your last occasion here. Warrington have beat Castleford and they've beaten the referee. Well played wire. A combination effort. Seal signed and delivered under the sticks by Mike Gregory, and it's Ken Kelly coming off for instructions from the bespectacled Reg Bowden, who is certainly a John Denver lookalike when he gets his bins on, his Reg. They They must hold out now, says Reg. And it's an easy kick for Brian Carbett. I said that the other week and he missed it. Don't miss this one, Brian. Warrington 4 points in the lead. Taking his time, and quite rightly so. Carbett to kick. Yes! And the scoreboard reads Warrington 16, Castleford 10. This has been a hard-earned win. I'm saying win. There's still 4 or so minutes to go. We've not had many stoppages apart from the lecturing incident involving the scuffle on the near side touchline. That's our touchline. And that's the try scorer, Mike Gregory. He wants another one. Unbelievably, Paul Unane's jersey is just as clean now as it was when he came on for the second half. And that's a good pass there. Moylan from Gregory. Two Cas players line injured. Now's your chance, Wyatt. Take advantage of these rules. What would happen if 10 players were lying injured? Would the referee still play on? I don't know. They're a bit stupid at times. Andy Gregory gets a nice pass to Mark Foster's running strongly. Going strongly is Mark. And he's brought down 10 yards out from the Castleford line. And that's it up and down. A chip, and it's not a good one from Gregory. It lands dead. Very poor kick. And it puts Castleford in possession with a tap from the 25-yard line. The experienced John Joyner trying to find a gap. That's the substitute, number 14, Barry Higgins. Horton, Oram, Wilson. All we need is Kaplan Betty. And this is Cass. Cass thrown. Don't fear. He plays it to Wilson. Ron Sigsworth. Numberless stand-up. It's Barry Johnson. Fear. Sigsworth. Keep them out, Wyatt. Keep them out. They're on the line 25. This is a 6 tackle. This could be a bomb. John Fair with the bomb, yes. He looks good too. Who's got it covered? Esford couldn't get it. It's Castleford's ball. He wipes the slate clean. He didn't do that when Wyatt kicked. Keep him out, Wyatt. Experienced Barry Johnson. 8 yards out under the wire sticks. Castleford coming left. It's Stuart Hall from the hooker. 5 yards from the wire line. Going right. Sigsworth. 3 yards from the wire line. Under the sticks. Defences must be alert now. And that's a try! Would you believe? Neil James, I think, the scorer. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. And the goal kicking being handed on to the substitute Martin Kettridge. It's in a very kickable position. It's 25 yards out. About 15 yards to the right of the right-hand upright. Oh, 16 points to Wire, 14 to Castleford. Virtually seconds to go. All the way round, but let's wish our friends from Castleford all the best in the semi-final of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup. And players of both teams sportingly shaking hands, signing autographs to the kids. A welcome win for Wire, but once again, Mr. Linder is the controversial figure in this confrontation here at Witherspoon. Why did they send him here? We don't know. If you want your ground to be active, book Fred Linder. If you want a good video, book Ian Unsworth. If you want a commentator, I'm sometimes available. My name is Peter Robinson. The score here at Witherspoon, Warrington 16 and Castleford 14. Man of the match, Glyn Shaw. Hope to see you again sometime. Thanks for watching. Ta-da.